Oh my god, good morning, breads and sleepyheads. I am so unprepared. Give me uno secondo. First of all, congratulations, Dub Shadow and Brian for first and second, respectfully. Hello, Brian. Hello, Dub Shadow. How are you guys doing today? Ah! I still haven't closed my door yet. Oh my goodness. I had a moment today where I was trying to prep for stream and I just couldn't focus. So I was like, hit the live button, idiot. You'll have to get started if you hit the live button. And I'm like, all right, guess we're hitting the live button. So we're almost ready. We're missing some things because I figured I wasn't going to get started. Oh my god, bye, Ling. Hi, Ling. Good luck with Final Fantasy. I think that's what happens today. That's one way to do it. Look, sometimes you realize that you're dilly-dallying, you're lollygagging, and it's just like, frick it. It's time. That's tomorrow. Well, I don't know your life, Ling. I'm trying to relate to you, and I'm trying to show that I listen. I just show it poorly. Alright, hold on. I gotta go close the door. And then I'm basically good. Then I'll be good. Medically. Alright. Good morning once again. Happy Victoria Day to those who celebrate it. Today. That's what you sound like, Ling. Also, go take care of yourself, please. I hope that your wrist isn't hurting anymore. Comes out in July. That's awesome. That's actually relatively close. Dentist appointment went well today. And with that, I finally have all my need tos out of the way. Hell yeah, Brian. That means it's only partying from here on out. And since you did your dentist appointment, it means you can have all the candy you want. Because that's what I always take away from my dentist appointments. It's just like, yeah, your teeth are clean. It's like, oh, eat an entire bag of like cherry blasters. Wonder why my tongue hurts. No further questions. Other thing that's a little bit off the cuff here. Is there. Oh, I'll have to do that at some point then. There we go. Well, good morning. I hope that everybody's doing well today. Got no candy, but I do have pizzeria flavored combos to get my grilled to go with my grilled cheese. Well, that sounds pretty reasonable. That sounds doable, honestly. 22nd, $15 is technically only got the 1 year cycle, not including some content. I mean, as long as the game is functional at that point. It has the EA tag on it, so it is like, I have like a love-hate relationship with early access because it's very like, simultaneously it's neat because it's usually cheaper to get in on the ground floor and it lets you help. If the devs are a good set of devs, they let you help shape the game to its like final polish. And also you get to watch it reach its final polish. On the other hand, there is no guarantee that you are going to get access to a good product at the end of it. Much like, is that game in early? Give me a second. I need to see if that game is actually in early access before I just come out here just guns drawn Just pistols firing, just... Oh no, the Guild 3 is not an early access game. I apologize. It's just not great. But there definitely have been early access games where you're just like, I'm starting to feel like this isn't gonna go somewhere, or in a bathrobe and PJs with like a expression, that like happy, crazy expression. I can't quite do that expression with this model, unfortunately. But you know what I'm trying to say. You know the angle I'm going for. There it is. Ugh. Hold on, let me click on this, but I presume it's exactly... Yeah, that one! How the frick do I try to mimic that with my... face? That's the best I got, without hurting myself. Isn't this because he was filming for a movie where he has, like, guns, like, surgically attached to his hands or something? Guns Akimbo. I'm pretty sure that was the premise of that movie, wasn't it? I mean, I never saw it, but it's like, I remember the trailers. He's forced to become one of the contestants. Don't really want the plot, I just want... Yeah, he wakes up to find guns bloodily bolted into both of his hands. He learns this he's being forced to participate in this situation. Called it. A strange concept. Kind of like a Hunger Games meets, like, I don't know. Yeah, it's like Hunger Games meets like Saw / like action movie. Oh, like, I guess more modern. It's got kind of like it's like Hunger Games meets like oh, what's his name again? Or what's that movie called again? I just watched it recently. Novocaine. I would have said John Wick, but Novocaine seems more reasonable because Novocaine's a bit more of a like a comedy action movie. Also, if you haven't seen Novocaine, you should watch Novocaine. It's actually pretty fun. It's also got a great concept. The premise is basically, what if an everyday guy has to chase down the bad guys to get his girlfriend back, but he doesn't feel pain. He's incapable of feeling pain. That's all you need to know. It's good. It was good. It was fun. I watched it in theaters. It's very, I don't know if anybody's seen Boy Kills World, but it's got a little bit of an energy like that to it, where it's got kind of like a comediness to it with action and some like the elevating displays of violence, where like it starts pretty like tame to like becomes more and more intense till at the very end you're like, ah, no, 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 that's not okay, no. What was the size of that? I don't actually remember. Oh, where are you, treehouse? I just made you recently. I remember reading Once Upon a Time, or listening to the audiobook for, what's the book called? Save the Cat, the last book on screenwriting you'll ever need. A decent read. I actually did enjoy it. Would recommend if that is something that you're interested in. Like, it has some flaws, I'm sure, but it made me think about movies a little bit differently. But yeah, whenever I watch movies now, there's a part of me that wants to be like, what was the log line for this movie? Which the log line is essentially like your like pitch in like a sentence. Now, mind you, I'm not good at it, but it's a fun little exercise to do. Like, that's what I tried to do earlier, right? Like, what if an everyday guy had to chase down armed men to save his girlfriend, but he has a condition where he doesn't feel any pain? Or I guess in the case of Guns Akimbo, I think it's like, what if a programmer criticized like a blood sport and then woke up one day and was one of the contestants? I don't know. I think there's a neatness in trying to break down things into like super simplicity. At least I think so, because I'm strange. I'm demented. I like to make things difficult for myself sometimes. Sorry, I just needed to see what the size of this thing was. Okay, that's it. Perfect. Because gosh dang it, I just couldn't remember. Also, apologies, you're gonna see me do this a fair bit today. I got the stiffest neck. Because I once again slept like arse, because it is Victoria Day today, so my upstairs neighbors decided that 6 a.m. was the time to start prepping for whatever the fuck they were doing upstairs. So I slept not a whole lot. And I was a cranky boy earlier, but I got past my crankiness. I have de-crankyified myself enough to be like, I can stream without becoming verbally aggressive. And by that I mean I have found, what was the thing that people say? Just like, I found my inner peace. I found my internal self. I balanced out the anger and I forgave those who wronged me. Where you had your morning coffee. I don't drink coffee, Ling. I don't consume caffeine very often because it's always a coin flip for me. It either does something or it does nothing. And on rare occasions, it does the opposite, where I'll drink I'll drink something with caffeine and be like, I think it's time for bed. I apparently used to have that a lot when I was younger. I got like a cup of coffee when I was younger because I wanted to try it, and I drank like, you know, just coffee with milk and sugar, and drank it, and then was like, I'm gonna go to bed. Might be due to the ADHD, how ADHD met. Yeah, you are very much correct, Ling. I think it does have to do with the ADHD because, it, again, as you said, ADHD reacts to things in a strange way. I have the joy where my system loves to interact with things very sensitively. So, like, low dosage stuff will, like, absolutely elbow drop me. Like, muscle relaxers, for instance. For most people, it's just like, oh man, I don't like, you know, like my muscle cramps are gone for the day, or my leg pain is gone, or whatever. And I'm like, I'm gonna go and lay and fall asleep on my back for 5 hours. Something that I don't do. I don't sleep on my back, but here we go. And then I'm gone. I had to see. Also, we need to do a couple practice lines first. Get ourselves back in the swing of things. This has been a couple days since I last drew. Did I draw on Saturday? I think I did. But I can't remember. But the more important thing right now is, how's everybody doing today? I hope that you guys are all doing well. Obviously, Brian is crushing it at the moment with his need to do's done. I think caffeine can either make you really sleepy or make you hyper. I did not watch Beavis and Butthead, Brian. I'm sorry. That reference is lost on me. I apologize immensely for my failures. Speaking of which, we have the music in the background. I might as well actually use this to keep track of my my to-do list here, which is letter mail, letter held. Alright. And background. House. And alright, there we go. I got a lot of things to do today. I'm not going to get them all done, because there's actually a lot. And there may just be a point where I go, heck, art, I don't want to do this anymore. Trying to loosen my shoulder up at the moment for doodling purposes. Wow. There we go, that should be enough. There we go. Got my practice in. My little lines. My little zooms. I guess technically I should have also worked on the arch one. There. Now I've done my practice. I can officially say that practice is concluded. And this one. do? I forgot to add them their savior work redeem. Oh, let's not do that. Because I know you goobers love to redeem that one sometimes. Can't just be denying you that stuff. And with 35 minutes left, we will set the for 29 minutes. This is unimportant to the actual situation at hand. I just need to do this. Alter ego, Vivus stops when he has a lot of sugar, caffeine, or stimulants. He pulls his shirt over his head. Ah, I see. About to say, I recognize the name to some degree. Alright, now we have the fun part of actually trying to figure out what the perspectives here are. Let's look up some references, boys and girls, while we're hanging out. They are just not giving me the angles that I want right now. One moment, please. That's always the fun part about starting art, when you're trying to look for the actual reference that you want to be using, and then you start looking and it's like, oh, this might actually take a while. You don't quite know what angle you want. Or worse, when you do know what angle you want, but you don't really know how to look for it. Hiya! You're not supposed to be done yet. You've got 2 more hours to go, madam. But also, how was, Mimesis? Nailed it. Crushed it. Hello, everybody. I'm going live again to try out the comment again later. Double dip. Nice. Then I think I know who I'm potentially targeting for a raid later. How was the regular? All right. Out of curiosity, is it a lot like Lethal Company? Does it have Lethal Company energy to it? Did I say company? Company. I must be told. I require these answers. Points microphone. It is very, very Lethal Company. Got it. Hello, Bearer of Peas. How are you? I figured it was pronounced mimesis. Mimesis. Obviously, it's mimesis. Very, very early access. But I didn't find anything game-breaking. Well, that's a good thing to hear, because there's definitely early access has... We were actually just talking about early access games and how there's definitely a plus-minus to participating in it. Like getting to see the vision early, while also... while also getting to witness the jank / finding the jank. Like, I don't think the private beta is open yet. Oh, well, la-dee-da, missy. Out here like, hey, guess what, everybody? I'm Hyacinth, and I'm so cool that the devs are like, don't tell anyone. Just slide you over a demo key. Like, shh. Here. Stranded Deep was a thing. But Lost Skies feels very polished, and they just need feedback on a few things. Yeah, like, that's the fun thing, too, about early access games, right? Where you're, how to say, there's a bit of a gamble in it. Where you're kind of like, all right, let's hope that this goes well. Oh, but it doesn't show me the rest of it. Merg. Sorry, I'm looking for reference at the moment for art as well, and it's not going incredibly. There's a couple angles that I like, but they're really zoomed in, and it's like, no, I actually need reference for the rest of it. Please and thank you. That one in the pocket, though. But nice. Also, hi, if you need to go take care of yourself before your second dip, please go ahead and do so. Do a heckin' good time. Take care of yourself. Oh, and also go and help with, is it Green's beak? One of their beaks. One of the beaks has been damaged in violence. Likely done to themselves. Like, there was a buddy that I used to have who used to go out drinking with friends. And his one friend would get so hammered all the time. Like, he'd get kicked out of bars constantly because he would just get so hammered and belligerent. And the one time he was getting dragged out of the bar, and in a drunken form of protest, he tried to smash his arm through a window. It was one of those windows that has that, like, basically, like, reinforced chicken wire inside of the glass. Yeah. I won't go into the details because they're pretty gruesome, but apparently that guy did definitely go to the hospital. And then even the guys who enjoyed drinking with him had to sit him down and be like, all right, man, if you keep doing this, we're going to stop hanging out with you because this is a problem. I will say, that is definitely one fascinating thing that, looking back now, I'm noticing more about, like, my, how to say it, my lived experiences when it comes to being a rural kid. Like, I didn't touch alcohol until I was, like, 23, 22. Like, I was fairly old before I had my first drink. But, like, a lot of the people around me drank pretty early. And, like rethinking about, like, a couple of years ago, I was rethinking about it, and I was like, man, there was a lot of alcoholism. Like, a lot. Like, there is a person in, like, the circles of my family's friends who is just a straight up alcoholic. And it's kind of just played off as just like, well, that's just who she is. And it's like, oh, I see. Huh. Well, I don't know her, so dusts off hands of that responsibility. It is pretty wild, though, I will say. Also, I realize that's a real heavy topic, so I apologize for that. Just kind of repondering that, it's like, maybe I could have chosen a different topic when Haya comes to raid. Every time Haya shows up, it's either weird stuff, inappropriate stuff, or sad stuff. No other things happen when Haya raids me. It's either mildly poetic musings about the sadness of wanderlust, meaning you'll never find a true home, or being like, so there's this one kink that's kind of nutty. Let me talk to you about it. I learned about it the other day. Or it's, so there's like rampant alcoholism in, you know, like in rural areas. Hello, not the big boss. How are you? These are our 3 options when it comes to Haya. And I'm sorry to the chat members who are just like, Will, you were billed as being chill and just kind of easy to talk to. What is happening right now? It's like, oh, don't get me wrong. I'm chill and easy to talk to. I'm just going to say some weird things sometimes. Like, makes me think of like, what is it? The father from George Shrinks, if anybody remembers that show. Just like a lively and like friendly, energetic musician who just like knows a bunch of random stuff and will bring it up at random, but is otherwise like completely harmless and enjoyable to be around. And yeah, last day of the long weekend. Happy Victoria Day. And got a new bike. Well, it's an old bike, but my first Italian make. I do not know enough about bikes to know what that entails, not the big boss, but I hope that it's a solid bike. You know, like the bare minimum thing that I can hope for. I hope that the bike is, in fact, in one piece. Oh, lordy. She will ride like the wind. Do you have a brand name out of curiosity, not the big boss, so that I can look it up? I'm very good with visuals. Is that bike? Oh, bicycle specifically, Brian. Not the big boss is a cyclist. Let me see here. Let me look at these here bikes. Oh, okay. I think I'm aware of these types of bikes, if nothing else. I don't know how to say that name. Bianchi? Or something like that? Bianchi? Something along those lines. Oh, it's a key at the end? Bianchi? Hello, TK. How's it going? Happy Monday. I hope that you're doing well. Yeah, these bikes look like bikes that I could not drive comfortably because I have not ridden a bicycle in such a long... And so, why are all the seats so high compared to the handles? I guess you're supposed to be leaning for it. You gotta do that low lean in order to reduce your aerodynamics and reduce your or increase your aerodynamics by reducing your wind drag / resistance. Seat height is aerodynamic position. Got it. Bicycles are for tall people, which means they're for you, Cooks, and also welcome, Cooks. I hope that you're doing well. Cooks, you're the tallest guy I know, okay? You're rocking a minimum of 6'2". Clearly. That's a bit heightist. Not the big boss. You're like one of the tallest people I know. You're like 6'2". I've decided that that everybody in chat now that complains about their height is going to be at least 6'2". That is my average. If high is just like I'm short, I'm just like, hey, you're like the tallest AI I know. You're like 6'2". It's the same. I do the same thing with whenever someone says they're old, I will always say that I will ballpark it between the ages of like 23 and 26. With an average of like 24 and 25. Someone's just like, oh, I'm so old. It's like, dude, you're like 25. You're like 24. Chill. Ugh, you're like 23. 6'2" is too high. You're practically touching the clouds. Well, that means I need 2 more inches in order to touch the clouds then, cooks. One day. And hello, Scotty. How are you? I'd be happy if I grew up to 5'9". That's still a reasonable height. There's no shame in heights. As the internet says, we stan our short kings. One day, God willing, one day, when I eat all my vegetables for the first time, instead of looking at my vegetables and going, I'll eat those later. I'm just realizing that there's an implication that in my fridge there is just like several-year-old veggies just sitting in my fridge. They're just like, one day I'll eat those. One day I'll eat those. Oh, you'll see. And I presume that these veggies look much like the sandwich that Homer's eating in the episode where Selma takes the kids to, I think it's to Krusty Land? No. To some kind of theme park. Marge, I'd like to be alone with the sandwich. Are you gonna eat it? Yes. No Splash Mountain? Oh, is it Splash Mountain? Where, what is it? Where Lisa drinks the water because Bart forces her to, and she ends up tripping like crazy balls because it's like it's just chemicals. Like it's like a green and black liquid. I wouldn't say that it is completely justified as what, I don't even know if you could call it water anymore. It's Duff Gardens. Is it Duff Gardens? Okay. That's gotta be it. Yeah. That sounds right. Just like my months-old tea. Dub Shadow, are you okay? Are you fermenting your tea, Dub Shadow? Is this how you get your sick British kicks? Sick as in cool, not as in diseased. You're just out here like you do the classic British, like pour the tea out of like the how to say, like the China teapot, but when you look at it, it's like just not quite right, and it's got this odd odor to it, and you take one, everyone else in the room is like, ooh, and you're just like, oh no, this is exactly how it needs to be. And then we just watch as your eyes dilate. You just lean back in your chair, and then we don't hear you say a word for 4 hours. I don't know why I'm projecting this on you. I just think this visual is funny. Let me look at this for. Let me look at this here. Oh yeah, yep. my god, I totally forgot about that line. Oh my god, I totally forgot about when he gets up and it's just like, you look terrible. I don't care. I'm going to Duff Gardens. Just immediately collapsing. Ah, god, The Simpsons. Just crushing it. Ah, thank you for the reminder. Not the big boss. I did at one point, but the tea wasn't British. It smelled like vapor rub and tasted like dust. All right, so we're learning a lot of things about Dub Shadow right now. You know, pulls up my armchair psychologist chair to sit in and pushes up my glasses that clearly do not have any glass in them. As we can see here, 1, Dub Shadow is in fact British. 2, he knows his teas. 3, he knows what the smell of vapor rub is. And 4, he for some reason knows what the taste of dust is. Scribble, 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 scribble. Fascinating. Fascinating. I'm so sorry, Dub Shadow. I don't know why I'm being like this. I'm being a goober right now. Oh my god, this art is incredible. Hold on, where is this? Where is this art? I need to see it. Oh, they removed the art. That's so disappointing. Oh, there it is. No, there it is. It's so good. It's incredible. Hold on. Open image in a new tab. I'm looking up the mail slot situation because I want to draw a mail slot, and I just found this gem. This frickin' poorly photoshopped gem of an image. Oh, it's beautiful. If it makes it any better, chat made me do it. Your chat forced you to drink tea that smelled like vapor, that like smelled like vapor rub and tasted like dust? Oh dear. How much power does your chat have, Dub Shadow? I worry. It's incredible. Hold on. I need to share this somewhere. I don't know where. Maybe in the Discord. Yeah, hold on. Found this beauty while looking for reference for a mail slot. Not to be confused with a... Nope, I'm not finishing that joke. To be fair, I did make it a channel point redeem. Oh. Wait, was this the Forbidden Tea? Dub Shadow, I think is what it was called. You had like the Forbidden Tea redeem. That was very expensive. Now also real talk. Yes, the healing potion. Oh god. Real talk for a second. Real talk for a second. Is this the tea that turned you into a lich? Be honest. I won't tell anyone. There ain't no one around to hear. It's fine. We're all friends here. Oh no, my model's moved. No, it's done the thing where it took a step. Gosh dang it. One sec. Oh, don't you crash now, program. Thank you. We'll be back in a moment. All right. 3, 2, 1. I'm back. Close enough. That is not the lich tea. I don't know if that should be fortunately or unfortunately. Depends on how rough it was to consume, I guess. Because if it was like truly like, oh lordy, I wish I hadn't drank this, then it's like, well, maybe it would have been better if it wasn't the case. But perhaps it was fortunate in the sense that now you're prepared for whatever that, or it may have potentially prepared you for that inevitable drink. Though technically you've already drank it. I don't know what I'm saying right now. I'm trying to make sense out of nonsense right now. Go to a spot, find a bunch of half-decent reference, but none of it is at the angle that I want. Have you drawn a line yet? No, we're still looking for reference. Well, alright, I do a little bit of a fib. I technically drew all of those and all of those. So I have drawn things. Just they were all practice. And therefore they don't count. Oh, hello. It's not perfect, but it's so close. We'll take it as the reference. This is our reference. We found our reference. Save as a PG. Grab. Go here. Front door ref. Hello, Minerva. How are you? I hope that you're doing well. That will work just fine. Goodbye, all the other stuff. Oh, front door reference. Go. Go. Perfect. I did hit post on those, right? All right, looks like I did. I did, and I did. Okay. Sorry, I've been very known for just straight forgetting to do like very basic streaming things. So sometimes in the middle of stream, I now have to like be like, hold on, did I do these things? The only thing I hate about getting a pre-owned bike is that it's adjusted. Just have to adjust it. 4'5" and the previous one was 4'10". Yeah, that would be actually really rough to do with like the seating, and I presume the handles can be adjusted too as well. To go back on the field again. Bring my hubby. There's some food. Good luck, be brave, Roland. I'm not done yet. There, Mr. We're just starting, actually. Because I finally found my reference. So the way we're going to do it, first of all, shrink this down to probably this. Have that there. Just perspective is important after all. when it comes to doors. They have sneezes. Excuse me. New comp? Oh, you know it, not the big boss. Oh, speaking of which, I changed. And Luna D, congratulations on 3rd. I changed my bless to make it easier so that I don't have to change it all the time. Now if you do !bless or !bless you one word, you just get the compilation playlist. Because then you can just go there and they'll be there. It saves me time to not have to upload or to like change that. You can just click on there, and if there's a new one, you'll find it. It's brilliant. I have outdone myself. That's not true. I do a heckin' bold-faced fib. But important thing is doorknob about right here. One of them there, lock thing. The important thing, right here. A mail slot. This thing is literally all that this is for. It is just a mail slot. Because I have a silly little idea that I want to do, and it just requires a mail slot. But technically, okay, but I think actually I'll need some. This needs to get moved down a bit, so it doesn't make like it makes a lot of sense. Perfect. All right, we got our first little doodles in the way. We'll do the rest afterwards. For now, we need to take a quick little 3-minute ad break if you guys can or able to. I hope that you get up and stretch, grab yourself something, grab yourself some drink. Make sure you guys taking care of yourselves. I'll be back ASAP. BRB. I should have clicked on the BRB screen already. And we're back. Took a little bit longer than expected. I'm sorry. I realized that I was running out of water. And that's just the most embarrassing thing of all, isn't it? Oh. Noise. Based on time, we got the time. A 40-minute timer. And thank you, Another Big Boss. I appreciate that. I realize, though, that that bottom does need to be kind of shown. So, I need to do a couple of things here. I know you're where I was watching old Simpsons clip. I don't see a problem with that at all, and thank you, Brian. I appreciate that. Maybe we can do it this way. Those old, closer to the bottom. Else lots. Tiny bit more perspective on this boy because it's just not quite. That should be it. That should be it. This won't even be that long of an art thing to do. I just need to do it. Oh no, the hiccups. Oh no, I'm dying. Remember me as I was. Blah. Dead. Yeah, this shouldn't actually be that long of a piece of art to make, luckily. I hope so, at least. The number of days I have to finish this are slowly decreasing. And I've been losing time playing Minecraft. So, you know, we live with that embarrassment and shame internally. Has Haya already switched over? Has Haya re-gone live? It would seem so. I was gonna throw her a calibrate before she gets a chance to do anything. Bam. Well, didn't even know what hit her. Doesn't know what's what. That means I gotta hurry the heck up. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention. There is a chance that this week I might get pulled away for 2 days to do rock picking at my parents' place. And as much as it makes me a sad boy because I wanted to do my fancy little, you know, a full month of streaming. Unfortunately, that is probably out of the question. Just how it be. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to try to make it up somehow. I don't know how yet. That part's still a little bit outside of... Oh, I'm doing this with the frickin'... with the wrong brush. That part I haven't figured out yet. But I will. Probably will be doing just like a long stream. At one point to make up for it. I'll figure out the details. It'll be a little bit before we fully get there, but... realizing how crazy thick that baseboard would actually be if we did it that way. Let's not do that. Baseboard don't gotta be that thick. I have fun with the over dramatization of it a little bit, but there is a point where you gotta know when to quit. In this part, I think we can do with just using this bad boy. Rounded rectangle. Do that on a different piece. There. And we just perspective it to position. I see. Gotta make sure slider first. It. Then we go into easy. This one. Doorknob. Outer frame. Erase. Well, that was easy, wasn't it? Just merge these three together. Call this line art. That's just the sketch. We'll need to liven this up a little bit with something. I'm not 100% sure what yet, but... no, we do have the one wood theme going on. What if we just made the floor like wooden floors? My reference actually has that to some degree too, so that would just be an easy thing to... I'd have to make sure that it looks good though, because a terrible wood floor is a terrible wood floor, you know? I figured my perspective is starting to get funky. I want to try to keep it mostly steady, but you also feel like it needs to just ever so slightly start bending, but that doesn't make sense. So go what we've established. Don't deviate the best of our abilities. That's what we're gonna do here. Now, unfortunately, we will deviate from it a little bit. Just the way that it works. Which spot specifically causes it all to fall apart? Do it this way. Try to stay in sync. That one specifically. Not flawless, not terrible, not flawless. On. Right. Perspective, as I say, is a fickle thing, and I think this will work. Feels slightly wrong, like this line right here is a little bit off. We'll need that, but the rest will work. Just for funsies. Put 2 of them. Just so that it adds a little bit of extra flair. There. And stop. That's it. Save. Have these 2 pieces align. Mix them together. Hide these. Oh, this one. Floor. Start. Base. I was not prepared for it to actually do it this way. This part specifically. Gonna be an interesting. That part we actually need to keep like that. because the letter has to go through it. Let's look at spot. Softer browns. The door. White. Bottom. The doorknob's usually like kind of a goldenish color, right? Close. This is going a lot faster than I thought, to be honest with you. Why was I so hesitant to make this? I could have just made it, you know? Let's also make sure that there is... It's gonna do so much here. Thought those were fingers holding a letter for a second. I wish, Dub Shadow. But no. They're just some rocks to show the outside. Like the pebbles along a sidewalk. I would probably want to actually do soft light. Doesn't look quite right, does it? Meh. Delete, start anew. It doesn't really have to be anything now that I think about it. It can just be the void. Brushes of... Don't worry about it. Whatever it is, you don't gotta worry about it. This should do. This should do. Things for a second. Alright, now I gotta give this bad boy a little bit of lighting and actually take that long, just for the most part. It's just this. Add a little bit of shading there to show that it's inside, but shouldn't be that difficult, all things considered. Alpha. Dark. Rush. Actually, no, in this case. Perfect, but in a little bit closer to where I want. We'll work on the other thing first, since this door handle's a thing that I same thing too. Oh look, the illusion of roundness. Incredible. Magical. You a bit darker, so. Wow, right? Isn't the power of art just incredible? So round, so spherical. Much orb, wow. I appreciate your amusements. Oh, I need to figure out how to make this floor. I think I know how I want to make this floor. It'll just take a little bit. Just be basically me just doing this. For the floorboards. And that will, of course, take a while. Nice. Right in the center of it all. Do that with it. Arc it. Alright. There you go, you got yourself a wooden knot. Not in the wood. I'll probably end up fading all of this a fair bit so that it doesn't draw too much attention to the eye. Just some extra. Maybe if I actually finish a brush stroke, that would be so ponderable. Why, thank you, Dub Shadow. I didn't even see that one. I'm just embarrassed now. Also, wait, Dub Shadow, did you say that you have a week off now? Or did I mishear? Misread? Misunderstand? I do have indeed a week off. Hell yeah, my dude. Congratulations. Oh, sorry, I just need to pop the shoulders, as is per usual. Wood detail, correct. We out here going overboard for no reason. You have more patience than me. Knees and toes? Snappa, you can't just say that to me. It's borderline illegal, quite frankly. Like, I don't want to warn you, but like, there have been some calls made. And I'm trying to tell people that it's fine and they shouldn't worry about it, but I said what I said. Double, triple, quadra down, let's go. Knees and toes! I don't have more patience, Luna D. I'm just sillier. I just go like, yeah, this is the thing I want. This makes sense to me. I should do this. I should not. At all. It is not a good idea. But I'm doing it anyway. Head, shoulders. Boat goes binted, as some might say. I would never say that, but some in the community have been saying that. The part of me that wonders if this will summon somebody. I don't think it will. The idea is amusing to me. Oh no, not Boko's binted. I'm sorry, I had to do it. It was like a siren's call, you know? You have to see what happens. Gonna get stuck in my head again. I won't say it anymore. I've done my experimental message. We will see what happens. It's too late. I'm sorry for what I've done to you and your family. I have done Dub Shadow a dirty, and now I must amend. There must be penitence paid. Blood must be spilt in response to these heinous crimes. Alright, blood's been paid. All is okay now. Will, did you just make a... I did not make such a joke. That is all just in your imagination. I wouldn't make jokes like that. They're very unfunny, and the fact that you think that I would, quite frankly, it hurts. Just a couple of more floorboards to go. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do the last of them. Maybe these will just be perfectly straight ones. By perfectly straight, I mean they just go from end to end. There's no wobble. There's no them leaving the line. I say as I straight lie. Okay, I had my Boko's bid to fill. Back to normalcy. He's done it. He's survived. He's made it out the other side. To think I'm doing all this work for like a few seconds of screen time. Of the art piece itself. Thing is barely gonna see any screen time at all. So sometimes it makes you wonder why you bother doing what you do. Gonna be a grand few seconds. I hope so. Again. Nice thing is it doesn't really have to be filled in clean because it actually just adds the knot itself. Wooden floors. And if we take these and we put that underneath, give it a Gaussian blur. That much. Double it up. Ripple it up. There. Go to here. Right now. Sharpen them just a bit. There. Boom. A nice little wooden floor of sorts. Of some sorts, they say. And then from there, we're gonna start with a little bit of a stretch. Because stretches are nice. Oh, lordy. I'll admit, the lack of sleep last night is really starting to kick my ass right now. I'd only go for 2 hours today. Much as I hate to say that, because I don't like it when I can't do a lot. But goddamn. Hello, Spencer. How are you? Happy. Victoria Day. Oh, it's because I'm on the eraser. Living that life. I hope that Victoria Day is treating you well. There we go. Super simple. We can officially check the background house off the list. Oh. And we will still need... Oh, we need... Oh, sorry, we need also, like, letter. We need 6 more things, technically. Oh, I don't think I got the energy for it today, though. Oh, excuse me. Ugh. I think today is a day where we spend the next 10 minutes hanging out a little bit with you guys. And then probably gonna send you over to Haya or something. Be like, there you go. To go look at her instead. She's streaming and playing video games with people. I am going to immediately save this though. I would like to not actually lose my progress right now. Joy Day ended up on my work rotation, so I'm gonna be home a day early tomorrow. Hell yeah! I'm still sorry to hear that you're working on a holiday, but it looks like it's actually working relatively well. Ooh, sorry. I'm spacing real hard at the moment. Ugh, I hate it. I don't like spacing on stream. I'm okay with doing it during my day, because it's just like... is what it is, you know? If you just have a little moment where you're like... not really an issue. When I'm doing it on stream, I've got dead air. Dead air? Oh, good. I do gotta make sure that I'm holding myself accountable. There's the work timer. There we go, there we go, there we go. All right, sweet. All right, like I said, 2 things down. Several to go. Drawing hands is going to be the rough one, because I'm not great at anatomy. I'm particularly not good with hands, so that might require me to actually just either find some reference or just try my best. Oh, excuse me. Or maybe do mitten hands, which will be fun, which will be silly. Yeah, I'm not sure how I'm going to approach this one yet. That's future Will's problem, though. I've drawn one hand in my life, and it was to explain magnetism. I require more information, Dub Shadow, please. Right-hand rule for magnets. You'll forgive me if I can't remember how magnets work. Insert the Insane Clown Posse lyric that, like, basically everybody knows. Fucking magnets, how do they work? But I ain't gonna ask no scientist. Except in this case, I'm doing the more of a fucking magnets, how do they work? Someone please explain, I can't remember. It's magic. Damn right it is, Snappa. Explains how a magnetic field is created when a current blows through a wire. Doing what to magnets? Understanding magnets. Oh, I forgot the actual quotes. It's magic, bitch. Oh, I see what you're going for here, Scotty. I see the comedic approach that you are taking. The funny bone tapping avenue that you are currently driving on. The side splitter that you are setting up and knocking down. I am bemused. Well done. Eyebrow waggle, you, you, why don't you go have a seat over in the timeout corner there, Scotty? I think you need a little cool down timer over there. I deserve it. Yeah, it's funny. I enjoy the bemusements that you're causing at the moment. There is a chuckle within mine heart that I will not let escape, for if I do so, 'twould show emotion, and such things are illegal. I do still appreciate the fact that last Wednesday. I must return to Moria. Have fun, everyone. Good luck, be brave, Dub Shadow. We're going to be wrapping up soon as well. I might actually raid 4B, because I don't raid 4B very often. And he's currently playing Marvel Rivals with Martyr. And that's a chance that I can't really pass up, because we gotsta. Thing. Marble Rivals. Yeah, Gwen gets it. Like when you flick marbles at each other. That's your marble rival. Or alternatively, when the two sides of the marble cake are fighting each other, The vanilla and the chocolate, that's a marble rival. When you look away and your cake box starts to vibrate as the two pieces or the two sides of the cake start fighting. A very strange scenario to be had. Ugh, excuse me. How sorry are you, Gwen? I hope that you're doing well. Chocolate and vanilla are never rivals. They're very collaborative, but every now and then they fight. Everybody has a moment where there's a disagreement. And sometimes chocolate and vanilla are like at each other. It's not a real fight, it's a... That's it. That's all there is to it. There's a frown. Doing well. I like strawberry more than the other two. You know what? That's a very reasonable statement. I do appreciate that it's like, I'm doing well. Drops a hot take. Gwen out here like Napoleon is, what is it? Napoleon ice cream? Not Napoleon. Neapolitan. Neapolitan? That it? Yeah, out here like Neapolitan ice cream, just like, I like the pink part. And everyone's like, oh my god, that was a Simpsons episode that drove me up the wall. It is a fairly short gag, if I recall correctly, where Homer goes for ice cream and he opens it up and I think all the chocolate is gone. And he just gets really upset. He's like, Marge, we're out of chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry ice cream, even though it's just the chocolate. Everything else is still there. The pink going chunky one time ruined me. Oh no. Oh, Snappa was betrayed. He was betrayed by his ice cream. Oh, speaking of which, I actually have some ice cream in the fridge. Just huge pieces of strawberry. I'm sorry that this happened to you, Snappa. I hope that one day you can recover from this tragedy. Really slimy tasting and a horrible mouthfeel. Oh, there is definitely something to be said about like mouthfeel when it comes to like food. And like ice cream is one of the ones where like it can very quickly reach bad mouthfeel. Like what you were saying, right? Like slimy ice cream where you're like, oh no. Yeah, Briar's had fruit. Oh no. Yeah, that sounds awful. There's a statement in Dutch called stukjes, and stukjes is the word for like pieces or like chunks. And when I was younger, like, and I still have this, like I have a very strange gag reflex that doesn't like eating foods with a lot of little chunks in it. Like you know how there's some yogurts that are like a fruit yogurt that actually has like little chunks of fruit in it? That stuff tickles my gag reflexes for whatever reason. Even if I like the taste of it, that particular thing messes with me. So there was this thing that I used to say to my parents when I was younger, which was stukjes. Like if there was something in the food that would do that to me, I would point it out by just being like pieces or chunks in a very like kind of way. So Snappa had stukjes, but they were big stukjes. I found my yogurt that I can eat. apple cinnamon. It has small apple pieces. Well, I'm glad that it works for you, not the big boss. For me, unfortunately, that stuff doesn't work. Little William, look, I can't handle that, unfortunately. Like, still to this day, like, if I get, like, yogurt. Oh, what was the one yogurt that I had recently? I think it was strawberry yogurt that had strawberry pieces in it. I just remember that, like, what Snapple was kind of saying, like, that kind of slimy coating hit, like, the back of my throat, and I was like, oh, nope, that is the only spoonful that I am having of this. And hello, Rommel, how are you? Would you have regular yogurt and add fruit? I've never tried it, not the big boss. I feel like what I would do in that regard is I would eat yogurt and then I would eat fruit, or I would eat fruit and then I would eat yogurt. I'm a picky eater, and anything with a mashed potato texture is right out. Oh no, Scotty, but what about stumpot? Which is essentially mashed potatoes that are mashed with, like, boiled carrots and onions, and then served with, I don't know, lots of different things. Usually meat. And hello, Sophie. I hope that you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. What'd you call me? I called you stumpot. What you gonna do about it? Stumpot's a Dutch dish where you take potatoes and then some kind of a vegetable, either like carrots or kale or lettuce sometimes, and onions. Like, onions are, it's always potatoes, onions, and then a vegetable that you boil together and then drain the water and then mash it. And then usually with, like, a glob of butter in there when you're mashing it to kind of soften and, like, kind of add a little bit of salt to it. And a little bit of sugar over top as well. Sounds great. I'd probably hate it. No, but it's delicious. I still have a little bit left in my fridge at the moment. Save your work. Thank you for reminding me. Imagine the disaster that was me not saving this from start to finish. You know, somehow you talk more about the Netherlands than that guy I know who actually lives there. That's because I have a lot of family that lives there. So, and I'm in, like, a little group chat that reminds me of it every now and then. So I'm just like, oh. And also, I just made stumpot again recently. Like, I only have a bit left in the fridge, but I'm just like, num 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 num. That sounds like a combo of pot roast and shepherd's pie. Sort of, Scotty, to some degree. The how to say it? Usually you'll serve it with, you know, like, you have just, like, the big pot of, like, the mashed up stuff, and then you have, like, a meat of some kind, like meatballs or sausage, or usually something that has, like, a gravy to it. That sounds good. I can eat that. I'd recommend it. It's pretty good. You don't have to put the sugar on it either. Like, the sugar is just like you take, like, you know, like the very dramatic style, like you take a spoonful and then you run your finger along the spoon so that only, like, the actual dent of the spoon has sugar. It's like, it's about that much you sprinkle into, like, a pot of it. Wasn't saying it's bad or anything. I just thought it was funny. Oh no, absolutely fine, Rommel. I'm defending myself from these heinous allegations. All right, though. I think this is where we were going to wrap. Like I said, I got absolutely demolished last night sleep-wise. Because, again, my neighbors, it's spelled stumpot. It is spelled stumpot. I don't think it's a double. I don't think it's a double P. If it is a double P, I apologize. I don't know how to read that, Sophie. I'm sorry. Gets a good rest. Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed probably early tonight. Pop a frickin' sleep aid and hopefully zonk out. Cover your walls. Cover your walls. I mean, you're not wrong, Rommel. You're not wrong. I really should do that more. I already have some around me. To help with my voice bouncing around my apartment. But it doesn't help with then when the sound is coming from the ceiling. I wanna... Oh, I'm doing all right. A bit sleepy, but thank you for asking. I hope that you're doing well as well. All right, everybody, though. I'm realizing that the pre-rolls are starting to creep up, and I don't get it. Like I said, I never get a chance to raid 4B. And I gotta take that opportunity while I have the chance. I know High is streaming right now, but in this case, I never get to raid 4B. So we're gonna raid 4B. Gotta hang him up there and put pillows on him or something. What I need to do is commit various war crimes, Rommel. That's the correct thing to do. Doing the same as last time. I get you, Sophie. Hang in there. I believe in you. You're gonna get through it. Well, that too, exactly. I'm going to commit various war crimes. All right, everybody. We are heading on over to our boy 4B. I'm pretty sure the majority of you know who 4Button Soul is. He is currently playing Marvel Rivals with Martyr. And I never get to raid Martyr either, so Martyr either. I did not do my she sells seashells by the seashore, which is something I try to do before I stream to get the blabs out of my tongue, but clearly did not do that. But we're gonna go ahead and raid those nerds. So, in the meantime, if you are subscribed, please use the top raid message. If you're not subscribed, please use the bottom raid message. Everybody, we're gonna do a really fast outro, and then we are done for the evening. So, thank you guys so much for sticking around. Whether you were chatting, whether you were lurking, whether you just popped in and out for a second, know that you were super appreciated. I hope you guys having a great day, afternoon, evening, whatever time to be for you. I hope you guys taking care of yourselves. I'm drinking plenty of water when you finally go to sleep. I hope that you have a very restful sleep. I will see you guys over at 4Bs and over at Martyrs, technically. And I will see you guys hopefully sometime this week. And if not, have yourself a great week and subsequent weekend. And I will see you guys the next time that I see you. Bye-bye for now. Super appreciate ya. Bye.